Okay, so we're just going to lie down, and whether you have a yoga block or a magic circle, you're just going to put whatever that is in between your knees. We're just going to work on breath first. So you're just going to have that there. So make sure that when you're down on your back, that your shoulder blades, your whole entire sacrum, so no starting of a pelvic tilt in that lower region. You should have your pubic bone and your hip bones should be flat. And also you want to make sure that the weight is on the back of the head, not towards the top of the head, but on the back of the head. So those are the points that you want to pay attention to whenever you're flat on the mat. Now I want you to bring your hands right inside your pelvic bone. So just roll your hands around till you get to the soft surface over the crest. And then I want you to squeeze that ring and see if you can feel the transversus activate. And then let that ring relax. Again, squeeze that ring and feel those muscles. And then release. One more time like that. Squeeze the ring, feel those muscles activate, and relax. Now this time I want you to squeeze that ring, and I want you to see, can you keep some of that activation as you release the ring? It may not be the full intensity, but I want you to get this transversus working for you, wrapping the pelvic bones around, which helps to open up the SI joint. Because when we rotate out, then it closes off that little tiny space. And squeeze and see if you can keep a little activation as you release. One more time like that. Squeeze. Try to keep some activation as you release. And then slowly, so keep that activation so that your back is protected. Keep those ribs falling towards the mat so that this whole area is working for you, front, side, and back. And bring those legs up into tabletop. Now very carefully, keep those fingers there so you're sure you're still active. See if you can reach, only come as far as you're still activated, the lumbar is still on the mat, and tap and lift. Check all your points, make sure those shoulder blades haven't rolled forward, the pecs thinking that they can help you, right? Even the neck, we have a tendency to do this when we're trying to get more activation down low. And come back up. One more time like that. Reach away, keeping yourself active. Only go as low as you can keep that activation and come down. Now bring the hands over the shoulders. Palms are facing each other. And reach up to the ceiling. Feel those shoulder blades come off the mat. Now pull the shoulder blades back down, widening the arm bones in the socket. So don't squeeze off. Keep those arms nice and wide. Reach up and reach down. Now don't let those arms move. We're going to bring our legs over to the side, but I don't want you to counterweight with your arms. So keep those shoulder blades down and inhale as you go over to one side. And exhale, bring the rib cage down and let the hips follow. So as we go over, the hips lead and the ribs follow. When we come back, we want to pull those ribs down. So warming up that transversus should help you be able to stabilize here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Last side. Inhale and exhale. We're going to take this one more step, and it's a little different. I want you now to think that your legs and your arms are connected. Your shoulder girdle and your pelvic girdle together are going to roll over to the side. So it's not very big. If you go too far, you're going to feel that something in here is going to release and grab again. So don't try to think about it being big. Just try to think of connecting the thigh bones with the arm bones, the pelvic girdle and the shoulder girdle moving at the same rate. So reach those limbs up to give you activation and hold and come back. So it's really tiny, but you should feel your abdominals really working. Ready? Just keep them together and roll and hold. Make sure you're not tucking. And come back to center. Think of reaching that tailbone long away so you don't tuck. Keep your spine long, 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 long. And back to center, just the last side. Ready? Connect before you go. And then try to keep everything in one line. And back to center. Good. Bring those feet down. We're going to do something that's a little different. You're going to put your foot on the ring. Now, if you have a yoga block, you can put your foot on the yoga block. It won't give you as much give, but it'll still activate the hamstrings the way I want them to activate. So you're just going to have yourself nice and long. Reach out through that other leg. That would be your standing leg if we were doing this upright. And you're going to push down and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Push down from the back of the leg and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check in with your own body. Make sure nothing's distorting to give more strength to that leg. And push down and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just going to do 3 more. Ready? And press down. Use the back of the leg. Reach that leg long as you're pressing down and up. Last 2. So reach that leg out and then press down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Last 1. Reach long and then press down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Let's do the other leg and then we'll come back to that position and try to do a roll up from that position. So have it right over the heel bone, right? There's that little concavity in your leg. Reach that other leg nice and long. It's your stability. And you're going to just have that spine long. Remember again, back of the head, shoulder blades, sacrum. Lengthen that leg away and then press down and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And press. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take an inhale and then press. 2, 3, 4, 5, release. See if you can take your inhale right now and try to do a slow exhale as you hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. I believe we have 2 more, so try that again. Inhale now and then slow breath out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. And last one. Inhale and then slow exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Let's just take that ring. We're going to do a single leg roll up and then we'll go into having that ring back in the same position. So here, if you have a strap, it can make do for the ring. The yoga block obviously doesn't work, but you're going to just think of keeping those shoulder blades down the back so they're not riding up towards your ears. You're going to just nod that chin first, and then you're going to push into that ring. Push, keep pushing. Drop the spine back to create that C curve, and then sit up nice and tall. Let's do a little hamstring stretch. Pull up and down for 4. And pull up. Just a nice gentle hamstring stretch. Keep reaching into that ring. And last one like this. And then you're going to reach into that ring, lengthening that leg. Now you have the resistance of the ring, which will help you go down really slow. So really try to lengthen that spine as you go down, letting that ring help you to resist the weight of the body going down. Let's do one more of those on this side. And curl the head first, push into that leg. Arm bones are reaching back. Push, 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 push. Once your shoulders are over your hips, sit up nice and tall. And then pull in. Stretch that hamstring. Just 4. And 2. And 1. Now reach into that ring. Shoulder blades down, giving resistance at the other end. Start tucking under and slowly come down, resisting that tendency to fall. Good. And let's just change legs. The leg that's straight is your standing leg, so don't ignore it. Shoulder blades down the back. You're reaching that leg up out of the hip. And you're going to curl the head and then roll up. Keep pushing, pushing, pushing. Drop the spine back to create that curve, to open the vertebra in the back. When the shoulders are over the hips, you're going to sit upright, nice and tall. Crown of the head to sits bones. And pull up. And 2. 2 more. Last one. Reach those arms long. Make sure those shoulder blades are down the back, hugging the rib cage. Start tucking that tailbone under and separate the vertebra as you roll down, trying to make a little bit of space. Last one. So neck and head, shoulders back, push. And create that curve, drop that navel towards the spine. Keep that nice curve. Shoulders over the hips, sit up nice and tall. Crown of the head to sits bones. And pull in. And 2. And 3. And 4. Lengthen. Shoulder blades down. Start your tuck and roll down. Slow, 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 slow. How much slower can you go than you did the first time? And all the way down. Good. Let's just hold on to our legs and curl up. We're going to do a few more roll-ups. We're going to go back to that position that we had before when we were just working to open up and wake up the back of the leg. And you're going to lie down. So we're going to do a full roll up, but we're going to keep tension on that either yoga block or ring so that the underside of the leg is also being made active. Ready? So bring the arms back. Do not let the ribs pop. If the ribs start to pop, just bring those arms closer over your head so that you get that nice long extension. Actually, let's just do a few of those. Bring the arms over the shoulders, drop the shoulder blades, wrap them around the rib cage down towards your buttocks, and then reach back. Reach long through those fingertips. Keep those ribs down. You can feel those muscles activated. As you keep the ribs down, think of them reaching for the pelvis so they don't pop up towards your nose. Good. This time we'll do our roll up. So you're going to first reach that nice long line back. And then you're going to start with the inhale, and you're going to exhale all the way up. So my ring's a little out of position. And then curl back, press into that ring. Press, 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 press. Keep looking towards that foot. Again, inhale to start, and exhale, reach for that foot. Reach for that foot. And nice and tall. Press into that ring. Start your curl down. We'll just do 2 more. The whole time you're not letting those ribs pop up, reach, reach, reach. Even though we're going forward, it may seem counterintuitive, but if you think of dropping the spine towards the mat, so those vertebrae can open up to give you that nice C curve. Last one, inhale to start, and exhale, exhale, roll, roll, roll all the way up. Good. Let's change the foot now rather than rolling down and then having it come back up just to get it in place. So sit nice and tall, roll down. Keep rolling. Inhale to start and exhale, roll all the way up. Keep those shoulder blades down. I have to always remind myself because I've had shoulder rotator injuries. Keep rolling. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Just 3 more. Inhale to start and exhale. All the way tall. And down you go. Lengthen that other leg away to help you. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Last roll down. Exhale. Good. Let's bring that ring again between our legs, and the yoga block can do the same thing. You can decide which end you want the yoga block to be. The closer in you keep it, the more activation in the inner thighs, which is a little more similar to the ring, right? Because when we push a little on the ring, it activates those adductors. We're going to do some bridging. So we're going to start with an articulated bridge. But I want you first to spread your toes, put your feet down all the way. Even though we have the ring in between our legs, think of pulling those heels towards your buttocks without moving them, and then a little squeeze on that ring. Make sure the shoulder girdle is nice and wide, and lift up from the bottom of the pelvis. And come down the same way like you're sitting in a chair. And again, markers. Feet are in line with the hips, heels pulling towards the buttocks, a little squeeze and come up. And same thing, down you go. Now, if you want to stay doing the unarticulated, if you're not supposed to do flexion, please stay doing that. Otherwise, we're going to bring our pubic bone closer to our navel, and you're going to roll up, reaching those knees away. Nice long line from shoulders to knees. Take an inhale. Try to really carefully come down slowly. Try not to miss any position in the spine all the way until that tailbone is reaching away. Let's do one more with that type of mental, right? Think of it as you making that decision and imagining it. So bring the pubic bone towards the navel. That starts the little curve, and then reach up. Now we're stretching from that direction. Reach those knees away. Take a nice big inhale, and then try to start from your highest point, reaching away as you come down. Trying to reach away from the prior vertebra and come down. Good, good. I want to do one thing that everybody can do, whether you have tools at your request or not. You're going to bring your legs up to tabletop. You're going to put your fists together and you're going to put them between your knees. Now, I want you to squeeze on your exhale for a count of 4. And then let your legs relax. And then squeeze and relax. 2 more. Squeeze and relax. Last one. Squeeze, so your hands are pushing out, your legs are pushing in, and release. Now you're going to bring your hands to the outside of your knees, and you're going to do the opposite. So if your hands, for whatever reason, don't work well for you in that position, you can also do it by putting your legs inside your ring. So you have that option if you have a magic circle. But if you don't, you're just going to hold your hands like this. Keep those knees over the hips, not further. And you're going to push in, and legs are going to push out. And release. As you push, do your exhale. Blow out. Hold. And release. Breathe in and breathe out. And relax. Last one. Breathe out. The hands are pushing in, the legs are pushing out. Good. Now we're going to do both sides. This whole thing is really good for the SI joint. So what you're going to do is you're going to put one hand in front of your thigh, the other hand in back of the other thigh. You're going to do an isometric. The hand that's pushing away, that leg is trying to pull towards you. The other side is doing the opposite. We'll do it again just for 4 times. So ready? Inhale before you go, and exhale. Active in both legs, both arms, and release. Inhale here, and then exhale while you're doing that isometric, and release. 2 more, and push, and release. Last one, and push, and release. Now change sides. Ready? We're just doing 4. So inhale before you go, and exhale and activate. And release. Inhale and exhale. Activation. Really work both legs. And release. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, blow. And release. Last one. And release. Put those feet down. Let your arms just lie by your sides, palms down to the floor. Spread those shoulder blades wide. Make sure your head is in a good position. And let's take a few bridges. So just nice and gentle. And roll down. It should feel a little bit smoother after working the SI joint area. Roll up. And sometimes if you have a side of your SI joint that's out, sometimes the first one or the first 2 don't really quite get synced for the roll down. But let's do 2 more and just try to make it as gentle as you can. And roll down. And last one. Roll up. And roll down. Good. One more thing in bridge. So let's come up with unarticulated. So you're going to lift from the glutes. You're going to reach one leg up to the ceiling. You're going to point that foot down, and you're going to flex it up. You're going to point it down and flex it up. Reach away. Try to reach nice and long the whole time. One more, just 4 on each side. And flex. Bend that knee and bring it down. Other side, reach up, point and reach, flex and up. Keeping the hips up. Try not to let them drop. Only bring that leg down as far as you can keep the hip lifted. So the opposite glute has to really work. Last one, reach up, point, bend, down, lift up a little higher, and then come down. Good. Okay, let's do our hundreds, and I don't know whether we really want to use the ring for that. You have the option. You can, if you do your hundreds with it, with your knees bent, you could put the ring there for extra work. If you do long legs, you can put the ring back at the ankle, and you don't have to do any of those. Remember also, if you have really tight hip flexors, legs straight up, put the least strain on those hip flexors. So that is also another position. But you can choose how you want to do it. Bring the arms over the shoulders, but shoulder blades are down into the mat. Take an inhale as you come up. And let's go. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your halfway point. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. If your neck is bothering you, hold your neck. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 3. Out, 2, 3, 4. Last 2. Out, 2, 3, 4. Last 1. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring those legs in and come in. Good. Let's put our right foot into the pad of the ring. Now this is one where a yoga block won't help you, but if you have a strap, you can use a strap around your foot. And you're going to hold with the opposite hand and stretch that other arm out, reaching away from the center of the back so that that shoulder blade is nice and wide. And we're going to come across for a stretch of the IT band. We're not doing a twist. So try the best you can to keep that hip as close to the floor as possible while you reach into that ring, into that foot. If you don't have anything, you can also hold your leg, right? You don't have to, if it's too much to have the weight of that leg hanging over, just hold it, use your arm. Let's take one more breath. And then come back to the center. Change hands. Slight external rotation, bringing the sits bones towards the midline. And then reach over. Don't let that hip hike up in an attempt to go higher. First, find out where that range is, where this hip does not roll. You can also try, there's a fascial connection between the side of the cheek. If you push your tongue into the cheek on the same side, it should activate that hip a little bit more. And then come back in and bring that leg down. Let's do the other leg before we go into our leg circles. So reach up first, opposite hand holds the other side, or if you have a strap, you can hold it in both hands and reach across. Still thinking of reaching that hip towards the feet, towards the other foot to help keep you more in the midline of the body, and reach into that ring to lengthen those bones, activate those muscles, keeping the pelvis as cold, that hip as close to the floor as you possibly can. And then come back to center. Change arms. The other arm is out to the side, shoulder blade into the floor to help stabilize you. Slight external rotation. Pelvis is level. Sits bone reaching for the other foot before you go out. And then go out only as far as you can keep the pelvis still. This is lumbo-pelvic stability. We don't want the chest moving. We don't want the pelvis moving. We're trying to stay flat and just move the leg in the hip socket. Keep reaching those sits bones for the opposite foot and lengthen that leg bone out into the ring and come back up to center and release that ring. We're going to do our leg circles now. So let's bring one leg up and the other leg down. If this makes you go into an arch back, having that leg straight, then just bend that leg and you'll just make a D shape when I say circle. It's just a slightly different shape, but it's better. More important that you're able to keep that spine level and down to the mat, rib cage down, reaching towards the spine so we're not lifting up and creating more arch. So either way is fine. Reach across, down, open and up. Inhale and exhale, swoop it up. And 3. Reach as long, long away. Trying to make a little bit of space in that hip socket. And 4. And 5. Last one this direction. And 6. External rotation. Again, sits bone reaching for that other foot so it doesn't hike up into the waistband, right? And we're opening wide and around and out and around and reach and breathe and last 2 and 1. Reach long all the way down to the floor. Don't give up that length of the foot as it's going down. So get a nice stretch and bring that other leg up. Check your pelvis, make sure you're not already tilted off center and go across, down, open and up and around. Check in with your head, make sure you're on the back of your head, not tilting that chin up to the ceiling. Should be just like a little fruit under your chin. Last one. And then a little external rotation. Reach that sits bone for the other foot. Keep the pelvis still. And inhale and exhale. Or one big inhale and one big exhale. Last 2. Last 1. Reach nice and long all the way down to the floor. Make that leg as long as you possibly can. Good. Let's bring our feet in again. Let's hold behind our legs and just roll up. Nice, easy way to roll up. We're going to do a few rolling in a ball. And since we're using the ring, so if you have a block but not a ring, you can also have that block between your feet or between your knees if you like to do your rolling in a ball that way. So with the ring, you have the option of doing it inside. But what I like to do, I really like the version where you put your feet on one side into the cushion and your hands right outside of the other cushion that's closest to you. Then sit up nice and tall. Make sure those shoulders are down the back, right? Think of sliding that head back a little. Little nod. So we're trying to make a nice round shape. You're going to lift those feet up and see where that is for you. Now you're a little behind your sits bones. You're going to keep dropping that spine towards the mat and curl and come up. Again, think of dropping the spine towards the mat and roll. Don't let your head come out of that curve, because when you're back there, if you straighten your head, that's like 12 pounds helping you not to roll back up. One more time. Ready? And reach down and come up. Reach those legs nice and long. I don't know if I have enough room for this in my room, but we'll see. So reach nice and long and roll over and come up nice and tall. So try to end in that teaser shape, not bringing the chest up, just nice long spine. Curl. So we're not trying to create an arch. And tall and tuck. Keep that shape, keep looking at your legs. Good. One more time. So look at your legs, Keep that shape. And back up. Good. Very good. All right. Let's sit up and let's do a little spine stretch. So just have your ring in front of you. And this definitely doesn't matter if you have nothing, because the classic way to do it is just with the arms. This is just a different tool. Hands are on top. Make sure that you're sitting right on your sits bones, up through the crown of the head, nice and tall. Shoulder blades down. Reach a little bit through your feet so you get those legs, the hamstrings pressing into the floor. Imagine you have a ball in front of you, so you're not going to crush it. Just reach up and over. Should feel like that waistband is pushing back towards the spine, and then bring yourself back up. Choose your breath. Whether you inhale or exhale going forward is up to you, but try to coordinate your breath with your motion. Again, reach forward. And come back up. One more time. Reach forward. And come back up. Good. We're going to do one more, and I'm going to do it from the side just so you can see the difference. You're going to have your hands on the outer edges. I don't really want you to use a block. It's too small and it's going to make your shoulders, your pecs do a lot of work, and I really rather that you keep your arms in line with it's usually outside of your body frame, and that would be better. So we're going to use the ring or not. First, you're going to be sitting up nice and tall. To start this motion, you're going to keep the pelvis perpendicular to the mat, and you're going to reach forward. Now, once you reach your flexion, you're going to extend long. So if flexion is not good for you, you're just going to do the whole thing with this position, and you're going to pulse back. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Bring the arms down a little, bring the waistband back, and roll up. The next time I'm going to do it in the way that is for people that can't do flexion or are not supposed to do flexion, let's put it that way. You're going to reach forward long from the sits bones. Then you're going to just bring the arms up to meet and pulse back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the arms back down and reach back with everything together. So you have a little bit at the bottom, but that's really okay. This time we're going to rotate. So you're going to reach first, or you're just going to be already from your sits bones. Now you're going to reach from sits bones to crown of head. You're going to rotate, reaching up through the spine and pulse back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center, and whichever way you're coming back up, we're coming back to seated. Last time, reach forward and up. Small rotation and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, and back to center. And whichever way is best for your body, you're going to come back up. Good. We're going to do one more rotational. So it'll be a little different than, it's not really a saw, so because we have the ring. But what you're going to do is you're going to have your feet in that V shape, and you're going to rotate. You're going to put that ring down. So now this hand is going to be on there. Then you're going to reach up and look up to the ceiling. So press a little into that ring, get a nice feeling of connection, and reach back. And we'll take that ring and come over to the other side. Rotate the ring, get it in place. You're going to push a little down into the ring as you reach up and away. Reach that arm. Should feel a nice connection across the back. Bring it back And let's just do one more of those. Bring it over and rotate that ring. A little pressure into the ring. Widen that other arm. Sweep it up. Nice stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And come back. And bring the ring up. And rotate. Put it down. The opposite arm is going to sweep up. Reach, 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 reach. And bring it down. And come back. Good. Let's come over to our side. We're going to actually do a little bit of clamshell to start. And obviously with the ring, we're working the opposite direction, right? When we are not using the ring, we're more working the outer leg and glutes. And this time, we're going to put it between our legs so that we're working more the adductors. So it's the same sort of shape. Put it right above the knee so it's on the flesh. Get that other cushion right there. And those that don't have a ring, you're just going to do regular clamshell, right? Make sure that you're keeping the pelvic girdle and the shoulder girdle lined up. If you're not lying down, then make sure you're lifting that rib cage up. If you are lying down, still make sure it's a real tendency to drop the ribs to the floor. Reach that hip away and you'll feel that waistband lift off a teeny bit. I've just gotten in the habit of doing it this way to watch people. So you're going to squeeze down and release. Squeeze down and release. And squeeze and release. And squeeze and release. And squeeze. Let's just do 8. That's 5 so that we have other things we can do. And I think this is the third one. And release. Good. So now let's move that ring back again to our ankles. So this is one that for most people, the banana shape with the legs a little forward is a little bit better. You are going to be down. You can support your head. Again, think of reaching that top leg away so that hip doesn't fall towards your waist. Reach both legs out long. Just say, everybody, I'll wait to make sure everybody gets connected, right? And you're going to lift those legs together and back down. You don't need to use your ring. If it's an issue, it's still a lot of work lifting those legs up together and down and lift and down. Let's do just 2 more and 1. Now come up halfway and press both legs together and press them together and squeeze and squeeze. Just 2 more. Squeeze and squeeze. Good. Now you're gonna try to roll that ring forward and bring that lower foot inside the ring. So now the top leg is going to hold that ring in place, and you're going to lift that lower leg up and lift it up and lift it up. If the ring is a problem, don't worry about it. Just do it. You can do this just as easily without the ring. 4 more and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. One more time, we're going to use that top adductor, push down, and 2, and 3, and 4. Let's do 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Let's bring that ring in front of us. So have that bottom leg, I like to call it kickstand. The knee is in front of the hip. The shin is parallel to the front edge of your mat. The hand is going to be in line with your shoulder. Again, reach that top leg away long so it keeps the hips level. You're going to flex to the front with a pulse, and you're going to reach long to the back. And you're going to flex. It's really nice if you have a tendency to have a little bit of a wobble as that leg comes front, just push a little into the ring so that the muscles in the back, the lats help you to stabilize and flex and reach. Let's do 4 more. Flex and reach and flex and reach. Last 2. Flex and reach. On this last one, you're going to stay back there and reach. Now reach as long as you can without going into an arch and lift that leg up and lift it up and lift and 4. So our hip flexor is open. Let's do 4 more and 3 and 2 and 1. Let's bring those legs straight, and they can be still in that banana shape. That's fine. We want to try to be wherever it is that we can be most stable. And now split those legs. We're going to do our scissors from here and change and change and change and change and change. Change, 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 change. Just 2 more sets. Reach and reach and reach. Good. And bring those legs together. Let's do 1 more for our hips. So we're going to have our knee in front of our hips, and the front of the shin is going to stay in place. You don't really need that ring, but you can put your hand here to make sure your hip isn't falling towards your waistband, right? And you're going to lift that leg up. So now we are using the other side of that leg and reach up. And 5, trying to make sure that the foot and the knee go up together. No deviation. And 4 more. And 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Let's lengthen those legs. And again, it can be in that banana shape. My room isn't big enough for me to straighten my arm, but have your arm be long palm up. And first, let's have the hand in front for a little kickstand position. And reach the legs up. And now try to reach the upper body up as well. So you can be here, right? But try to get both ends, reach long first and then up. So more work for the QL as it brings everything together. Good. Now if you have your hand on the floor, see if now that you've done it a few times, you can release that hand and come up and down. 1 more like that, up and down. Now this time, see if you can come up and then lift the arm and leg and bring it down. Let's go up 1 more time. Reach up and come down. We'll do that just once more. Reach long, lift up and down and up and down. Bring those legs in and give yourself a stretch, and we'll go to the other side. My challenge is always to remember what I did and what order I did it in. It's always my challenge. So as you come to the other side, let's start with that clamshell variation. So you're going to put the bumper of the ring above the knee. And remember, you don't need it. You can just do normal clamshells. Okay. But no matter which way you are, try to make sure you're not sagging the rib cage down. Lift it up. If the hips slide up, it's going to drop the ribs. So make sure that you're in a good position. Ready? And squeeze. And lift. And squeeze. And squeeze. And squeeze. Just 4 more. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Now bring that ring down to the ankle bone, and other leg is on top. You can be in that banana shape or straight, whichever is better for you. And you're going to lift those legs up and lift them up and up and up. 2 more. Up and up. Now hold them up halfway and press together. Both legs, press. 3 more. And 2 and 1. Now put the legs down, roll that ring forward till the ring is on there and the bumper is balancing it. Then move the top leg onto that. Mine got a little crooked there. There we go. Ready? Nice and long. Bottom leg comes up. And 2. Reach up and reach. So the top leg is creating a little pressure just to keep the ring still. And the bottom leg is lifting. Last one. Now press down and press and press and press and press and press. 2 more. And 8. Good. Let's bring that ring in front of us. Have your leg in that position that we started with, knee in front of the hip. Shin is in line with the mat. Reach that leg long. We're going to do our leg swings. So pulse and reach. And pulse and reach. Remember to coordinate your breath. I like to exhale forward. Lane likes to inhale forward. Feel them both and see which one helps your movement to be a little easier, a little feeling more natural for your body. And last one. Good. Now leave that leg back there and lift up. Try not to open up the rib cage. Still keep those ribs connected. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Now straighten those legs. So we're going to go into our scissors. So make use of the ring to help stabilize you. Press into it and open and change. Trying to keep long in the torso and let the legs work themselves in the socket. So reach through those feet. Three more full sets. Ready? And 1, and 2, and 3. Good. Bring those legs down. Let that ring release. So now you can have your legs in that banana shape or straight. It doesn't matter which. We're going to start first using our hand for a little support. And you're just going to, the top arm, if you have room in your space, should be long and the palm should be up. My room is just too small. Ready? And lift those legs up and bring them down and lift them up and bring them down. One more time like that. Just warming up that quadratus lumborum in the back. Now see if you can do that without the arm, giving you support. And 2. Last one. Now try to do that and lift the upper body. So press down into the arm that's on the floor to help give you a little more stability. Good. The next one, we're going to try to lift the leg, come up, lift the arm and leg, and come down. One more time like that. Come up, we'll release the arm, see if you can release the leg, and come back down. Now this time, come up all the way, reach up and down, and up and down. One more, up and down, and come down. Last one, reach up and lift, and touch and lift, touch and lift. Last one, down, come in, and let's just do our last one. Knees in front of chest, shins are parallel with your mat. Make sure that hips are on top of each other and lift that leg. And 2. Good, just nice and gentle. Make sure you're not rolling back into that glute. Keep your leg. If you think of reaching that kneecap forward, it'll help keep you from rolling back. 2 more. And then give yourself a stretch on that side. So roll to your back and stretch out your glutes. Oh, we are so hope. If you guys need to leave right on time, go ahead. I'm sorry, I can't see my clock when I'm doing this. So we're very close to the end, but I'd like to do a little bit from quadruped. Actually, you probably should do one upper back extension too. Let's do the upper back extension first, and then we'll do quadruped. So when you're done stretching that hip, let's come to prone position on your belly. Bring that ring, or if you have a strap is a good thing to use for this. We're going to do double leg kicks so that we get a double whammy. We get a little bit for the hamstrings and a little bit for the upper back extension. I like to turn my legs out a little bit to get the pressure off of the kneecaps. You don't have to do that. It's just something that is more comfortable for me. On this one, you're going to keep rotating the head on each change. So first let those arms relax and bring the legs together and kick. 1, 2, 3. Reach and extend the whole body. And change the cheek and kick. 2, 3. And reach and change and kick. 2, 3. And reach and change. Kick. 2, 3. Reach and change. Kick. 2, 3. And reach and change. Kick. 2, 3. Reach. Let's do one more set. Kick. 2, 3. And reach and change. Kick. 2, 3. And reach. Hold that. Reach. Nice and low. And come down. Give yourself a child's pose just to relax. If you got too much compression in that lumbar, just let yourself stretch. Back. Whatever's good for your hips and knees. Obviously, this is a lot of folding over of those joints. So don't go where you can't go. For those that have a brick, if coming back is hard for you, like you don't have as much range, put that brick under between your legs and let it support your pelvis so that the muscles can relax rather than being strained to try to get down lower. So just put that right underneath your sits bones and let it be supported. And then bring those hands over to one side of the mat and stretch. Push the hands away and then push the hip the opposite direction. Get a really nice stretch. Feel that length on the side of the body. And then come back to center for a moment. And then over to the other side and stretch. Push the hands and the hip in opposite directions. Really nice long fibers. And come back. So we're going to come to a position first as a warm-up for what we're going to do after. We're just going to do 2 more things. So come first so that your shoulders and hands are lined up. Again, try to open up the scapula far away from the spine. Bring the back of the head up in line with the spine. So instead of being like this, today let's bring the foot up so that we can get in the front of the kneecap like that. So now you're not on the knee, you're on the top of the condyles of the thigh. Reach nice and long. Externally rotate those arms so the eye of the elbow should be in line with that L shape between the thumb and the index finger. Make sure you're keeping that tailbone reaching for the knees in this position. Don't let the ribs drop. Keep those elbows in and just come down to where you can. Don't let the hands lift off the mat and come back up. Spread those shoulder bones nice and wide. Externally rotate. Keep the elbows in. Keep the ribs lifted. And come back up. One more like that. And make sure it's all connected before you start to descend. And come back up. Now today, I'm going to show you a way that, especially us women, that full proper push-ups is not always easy. For me, it's definitely hard. You're going to put your magic circle right here. You're not going to let it come. So feel your ribs where they come together. Right there is called the xiphoid process, and it's not a bone. So make sure that you don't have the cushion of the ring on that area. It has to be up higher, so more on the middle of the rib cage, and you're going to come down. If you want to stay in partial plank, go right ahead. I'm going to come into full plank, and you're going to externally rotate those shoulders. Now, it may seem like you're not going to be able to do this because you normally can't, but as you come down, that ring is going to support you. Your job is just to pay attention to keeping all the muscles working so the spine stays long. And come up. Let's do 3 more. Ready? Roll those shoulders and keep those elbows in and come up. 2 more. Nice and long. Tailbone reaching away. Crown of the head reaching the other direction. Last one. And up. Bring those knees down. Remove that ring from your quadruped. Just reach 1 foot back and then the other. Nice plank. Bring one leg up and pulse it in. Reach the other leg back as the leg pulses up so you get a stretch in the calf. Just 2 more sets. And back. Pulse, pulse. And back. Last one. And back. Pulse, pulse. And back. Lift those hips up. And walk yourself back. Bend your knees. Let yourself relax over those thighs. Even the head, let it relax. And then make little circles with your nose. Reverse the direction. And then slowly come up. And you are done for today. Enjoy your Saturday. And thank you for being here. Don't forget, if you want a TheraBand, send me a message and with your address, and I'll bring one to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Antoinetta.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, I'm testing my mute.
I'm going to unmute everybody. So whoever wants, I'm going to unmute everybody. So whoever wants. There you go. All right.
Antoinetta, thank you. Do you know where?
Thank you.
Do you know where I can get a circle, a magic circle? A magic circle.
I'm sorry, say that again, Ira.
Do you know where I can get a magic circle?
I personally like to go to Yoga Accessories has stuff. There's another one, what is it? OPTP.
Yoga
you just put in, if you just put in, you know, magic circle or yoga ring, there's a lot of places and some of them are cheaper than others. So it's a really good way to look because they're not all the same price, right? Like, so don't go to Pilates, don't go to like Balanced Body, which is a big Pilates place that makes reformers and everything, but theirs are more expensive. So they're not that much different in quality. It's just look and, and you know, yeah. So. Unfortunately, since we can't go to the stores, you know, sometimes just a regular sporting goods store will have it. But yeah,
I really liked the TheraBand class you did.
Yeah, we're gonna do one. We're gonna do one on Saturday next week. So I told everybody, let me know if you want one, and I'll cut it and bring it. So hopefully people will respond to that, and we'll be able to have most people have it. Right now, we only have about 3 or 4 people that actually have it. So it makes it a little difficult.
I felt like I was using my arms as well and legs together.
Yeah. Especially like, I don't know if you ever do stuff by yourself at home, but doing the leg circles where you crisscross the strap, I think is great, because I used to always do it without it crisscrossed, and then I crisscrossed it, and it's nice because it gives resistance in both directions, you know, when you're out to the side and when you're across and over. So there's so many things that we can do. And unfortunately with Zoom, I can't have the camera be up for standing and down for on the floor, but there's a lot that you can do like standing also with the flex bands around your legs and doing different positions. So yeah, anyway.
Antoinetta, what is the name of the store again to get Magic Circles at yoga?
I'm gonna actually, you sent me a link, so I'll send you a link. Okay, because I'm really bad at remembering exactly, but I think the place that I usually go is called Yoga Accessories, but I'll have to check that to make sure I'm not telling you the wrong place to look.
And it's online, right?
Yoga Accessories,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy
Bye, Barry.
the day.
Bye, Barry.
Enjoy the day.